Do you think farming is the way to success?
Well, yes, if done right. If done right, anything can get you to success. But farming for sure can get you to success if done right. Well, first of all, you need to learn. I have to emphasize learning a lot because you just have to learn before you jump into it. You know, growing up, when young people don't see farmers as people they want to be. You know, farmers are portrayed as people that are suffering, this one, that one. So I can understand why a lot of young people don't even look into it to see that there's actually money in it and you can make money from it. But left for me, I enjoy it. It's the stress is there, but it's nice to be out in nature, just, you know, doing your thing and making money from it.
So when it comes to getting a land, buying a land, acquiring lands, because that's one of the major problems people have. They're like, they don't have the way to source for land. Will you advise people to buy a land, or will you advise them to lease a land?
I would advise to buy.
Okay.
Because if you're going to do it right, you're going to invest quite a lot of money on the land. And farming is long term. So you don't want to lease now and then have problems with the landowner later when he sees that you're doing well on the land.
Exactly.
So I would advise you to buy.
Hello guys. Today I'm in an interior village in Akwa Ibom State. Meet with a particular guy who left Dubai back to Nigeria to fulfill his dad's dream of being a farmer. He is currently with the dream of having the biggest vegetable farm in Nigeria. So he started working on this farm because his dad always had a dream of being a farmer. His dad even had a farm previously, but it was burnt. So he decided to come back to the village to resume this farm, River Valley Farm, and achieve the dream, because in his dad's will, his dad wrote so that Eno, which is him, that's his name is Eno. Eno should complete my farm. Like Eno should continue from where I stopped. Eno should continue from where I stopped. So that was why he decided to come back to continue this farm. So in a bit, we are going to be meeting up with him and ask him some of the challenges of farming, why he decided to come back to farming. You know how our videos always, guys, just make sure you learn something from this particular video. And if you're yet to subscribe to the channel, please do so, because we are coming with more and more updates about farming for you guys and entrepreneurship. And also, we may be doing a bit of travel videos in the future. So stay tuned, like, subscribe to the channel, and join the amazing family.
This is about 2 hectares. This particular plot is like 2.5 hectares. And we're growing habaneros, peppers, and chili peppers, and tomatoes on this. The exact number, I'm not sure, but it should be about in total 18,000 or 20,000 plants. This is new seedlings we planted in January.
Okay.
From like early January.
Oh.
Yeah.
So how long
how
long have you been into this business?
This is my second year, just entering the second year.
Oh, and you have all this.
Yeah.
So what do you call this method you're doing here? Because I noticed they're using like waterproof to cover the...
Okay, so we're mulching it's called mulch. It's called plastic mulch.
Okay.
It prevents weeds and keeps the soil moist.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's better than just planting directly without doing this?
Yes, much better. It helps the plants. Tried and tested. Because last time you were here, we were not using this method.
Yeah.
All around, over here, just over there. But those ones were doing, the plants that we mulched were doing much better. So
yeah,
we just decided to do the whole farm.
Like this?
Yes.
I can see you guys are using a drip system.
Yes. We added this drip system on the whole farm. Before it was just in the patch in the compound.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now we've dripped the whole farm.
Okay.
So it makes work easier. It's better for the plants. Okay. The whole farm is on drip irrigation now.
So that means when you want to water it, you just need to turn
on the tap, yeah.
And every plant gets water.
Yes.
So do you need to confirm if every plant is getting water? Because
yes, we do checks.
Okay.
Every now and then they have to go around and check. Okay, for instance, now this side is being watered, so you can see it dripping.
Yeah.
You can see it dripping now.
Yeah, it can.
So after, sometimes we have to do checks on the lines to see if each one is dripping. Make sure they're not blocked.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what are the major challenges as a farmer? What are the major challenges that you face here?
For me, it's pest and disease.
Okay.
To be completely honest. Yeah, because you have to keep on monitoring the plants and they keep on getting sick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's actually kind of really annoying, but
okay.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem so far. But we're getting around it, you know. We do research, call experts, and we get around it. But that's my biggest issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just pest and disease.
Yeah. When it comes to the plants, yeah.
So what about farming in general in Nigeria? What do you think is the major problem?
Staff.
Staffs.
Yep.
Okay. Why?
That's like biggest, because your staff can make or break you.
Oh.
You know, because it's not like you're going to, like you as the owner, you're actually going to be the one, you know, actually doing the farming. Most of the time, you're not going to be around. So if you don't have good staff, your farm is not going to do well. So I'm lucky I have good staff. That's why mine is doing okay.
So that means you always need to be present.
Yeah, like I come here like 3 to 4 times a week. You know, if not 5 times a week. So I'm here all the time.
Do you think farming is something someone who wants to, like people who are looking for side hustles, do you think farming is something they could go into?
If it's for a side hustle, man, you might as well just farm for your house.
Okay.
Farm to eat. Yeah, but if you want to do it to sell, you're gonna have to do it in large quantities, and as a side hustle, I don't know if you're gonna be able to split your time between you and the farm. If you're going to get a farm manager who's going to tell you what to do, or you're gonna research. There's a lot to do in a farm. So as a side hustle, I wouldn't advise you to do it as a side hustle if you're not gonna go into it fully. You can do a side hustle for your garden at home. That's fine, but not for business.
Is it risky to invest into farming?
Of course, it's very risky. Like as I said, pest and disease. You can come one day and pest and disease have cleared your whole farm and you've lost all your money.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
it's quite risky.
So what do you do to avoid this kind of diseases?
Okay, like for instance, now these nets help with the pests, as you can see. Yeah, it keeps them out. We use like neem oil. It's like natural. It helps with the pest and disease twice a week, so that helps. And whenever they get sick, we use
whenever the
plants get sick, we use fungicides. Yeah, but we try not to use that much, you know. But
why?
We try to make it as organic as possible with the manure and all that. So that's why we even use the neem oil. But when it gets really bad, that's when we have to use other fungicides and all that for the plants. Yeah.
So why did you decide to go into farming? Why farming of all businesses?
Okay, it's should I say it's more like a family business?
Okay.
Because growing up, I always used to follow my dad to the farm.
Your dad?
Yeah, my dad was retired from the bank and started farming. It was many years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, but that farm, for some reasons, you know, stopped. He stopped doing that. And when he passed away, I decided to revamp that business. Yeah, so that's why I decided to go into farming.
So it has been like your dad is like an inspiration for you going into farming and all.
Yes, you can call it that. Yeah.
So do you have like any inspiration? Do you have people you look up to who are also farmers like you that keeps you going?
Yeah, a lot. Like there's some guys on Instagram. There's this guy, Farmatics.
Okay.
He's really good. He's a young guy as well. Really good. Nice nice, perfect, excellent farmer.
Mm.
You know, I look up to that guy. You know, his farm he grows nice produce. Some other guy on YouTube from Zimbabwe. Well, he owns a farm called Panuka Farms.
Okay.
I think a few years ago, the U.S. Vice President visited that farm.
Oh.
And it was actually through that guy, through his page, I learned a lot from how to set up a farm and all that. So yeah, I have.
Oh, so you learned how to set up a farm on YouTube?
Yes, I learned from YouTube.
Really?
Yes. All this is from YouTube. Because when I wanted to start, I asked someone to, you know, give me an estimate of how much it would cost. And when the boy was calling, I was like, this guy wants to chop my money, man. Let me just learn this thing by myself. And yeah, so once I started learning, yeah, this was 2 years ago. And here we are.
Yeah, because from what you just said about the person who was telling you to pay and he said he wants to chop your money, a lot of people in the diaspora, most of them used to even reach out to me and they'll be like, why, some of the reasons why they don't want to invest into farming in Nigeria is because there are a lot of people who are scammers.
Exactly.
And when you send your money to them,
it's gone.
It's gone. You're not going to see it.
You know, the thing is that most people here are jack of all trades. So once you say you're from the diaspora, please, can you farm? Of course, they'll say yes. They know how to do it. Collect your money. And not that they won't do it. They'll put the seed in the ground, but that's not farming. You understand?
Yeah.
It's more technical than that. Yeah, so that's another reason why I said you have to be present. You have to have some sort of interest personally. If not, in Nigeria, it won't work. In Nigeria, the business model doesn't work like that. That the model, once you put it like that, give it to someone and he will follow it. You have to really follow up back to back. If not, it's not going to work out.
They're going to be thinking, like, they're going to be taking it for their own selfish interest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people say that to me a lot. Most times they send money to people and those people are nowhere to be found. A lot of online farmers with videos. Most times they don't even own a farm. You know,
there was this guy that he was a so-called agronomist. So he used to come here and take pictures. He would come and advise me, but take pictures. But then I now noticed that he was using the pictures of my farm to market to people that this is his farm. This, that. And I'll be feeling sorry for people who give him, you know, but you live and you learn, you know. You live and you learn. But farming is quite technical, so there's a lot of research that goes into it. Yeah.
So,
and like, you're better off learning before you jump into it and starting off small so you don't make as many mistakes.
Okay.
Yeah. So us getting to this stage is a year plus of making mistakes, learning, trial and error, you know. Yeah. So that's how we got here.
So let's talk about the starting phase. For someone who wants to start, let's say someone is interested and has the capital to start up a farm. What are those things you feel like they need to put in place first of all before they kickstart the farm, so they don't get losses? Because it's an investment. People wouldn't want to be losing their money you get.
Okay.
So what are those things you feel like they need to put in place before they kickstart their farm, so they...
What do you mean, put in place on the land, on the piece of land?
Maybe knowledge-wise, learning, buying soils and all. Just take us through.
You have to decide what you want to plant.
Okay.
And if the area you're going to plant, if that's something that would grow or thrive well in that area. And I don't know, like for me, I looked for something that I could export.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I actually went into Chile initially, right? And all these vegetables for the local market.
Yeah.
So I wanted something that could supply the local market while growing the chili, drying it for export, so that what we sell for local market will keep the farm running while we're going into the
exportation.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to first decide what you want to plant, research that, and then on your piece of land, you have to make sure it's fenced and make sure you have a source of water, most likely on the plot, like a borehole. Very, very, very essential.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you talked about exportation. So you export the plants too? You export
No,
the crops you
I've not exported yet.
Okay.
But I intend to export the bullet chilies dried.
Okay.
Yeah.
So security wise, do you face people stealing your crops or stuff like that?
Yeah, yes, they steal, man. Just what can you do? They steal. But they don't steal that much here for now.
Yeah.
At least they steal for their stomach, not to sell.
Okay.
You get,
yeah.
You know, maybe they're passing, they'll take a few tomatoes and get me. But they're not doing major stealing. I think they are we're good on that. But it's okay now, you know, because you still have like market loss at the end of the day. So these little ones that drop out there, this still is not what will crumble the business. Yeah. And I try to make my staff like feel among, you know, and it's like my community is my village. Like these people are somewhat maybe related to me somehow, some way.
Yeah.
You understand? So, and I'm bringing like life back to the village, right? So I don't think they want to do something to tarnish this, to stop this from continuing, you know. So everyone's eyes are open to make sure that nobody messes up. Yeah.
So you left the city where you stay to come to this village to come and invest into farming.
Yes.
Why did you decide to use this location? Why?
Because I said, why this location?
Yeah.
It's my village now. The land is here. I inherited the land.
Oh.
So, yeah.
From your dad?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
So that means you had like a head start already. You didn't
Exactly.
need to buy land.
Exactly. So, you know, when people say I should advise them to go into farming, I'm like, it's a tough one, man, because, you know, I didn't have to buy everything worked out for good for me. There's a stream down there for water in case. I have a borehole. The land was there already, so I didn't have to buy the land. You know, there's so many things that if I had to do from the scratch, I don't think I would have done it. To be honest.
So why did you choose crop farming instead of livestock?
I had no experience in farming before I started last year. So I just felt vegetable farming would be the best place to start. But moving forward, I will go into livestock farming for sure.
Okay.
But I just felt it was good to start with vegetables.
So you feel like it's easier to do crops than livestock?
I don't know if it's about ease, but eventually this is going to be an integrated farm.
Okay.
With fish ponds, cows, goats, and everything. But you have to start from somewhere. So I just personally decided to start with the vegetables to get my legs into the farming industry.
Yeah.
And then as time goes on, we'll add more and expand.
From what I can see, a lot of investment have been put into this place.
Yeah, you could say that. Quite a bit.
A bit?
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bit. I feel like it's a lot.
Well, I'm still looking for more investments to put in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you guys have invested some. I think you guys are just planting this newly. You guys have invested some of this.
Yeah, the last crops you saw when you were here last year.
Yeah.
We harvested all of it, and because that was tomatoes, and this patch was chilies. If you remember.
Yeah.
But we're doing crop rotation. Another thing I learned.
Yeah.
Over time. So I've moved the tomatoes to this side, and then that side is now purely habaneros.
Okay.
Do you get? So that the left side is purely habaneros. Then this side from here to the middle is tomatoes, and then from the middle back is bullet chilies.
Okay, so what's the work of the crop rotation? What does it do?
Crop rotation helps with diseases. So all the diseases that affected the tomatoes there, now those diseases are just for the tomato plants.
Yeah.
So if you change the crop now, the diseases there are not for the peppers.
Oh.
Yeah, so it helps.
Okay, so you don't share similar.
No.
Okay.
And I'm not an expert, but from the research, they said crop rotation is good. Okay. My people who studied the agriculture, said it's good.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we're trying it out. This is the first time I'm trying it, so I want to see for myself. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I've done the crop rotation now. How is it? If you ask me this maybe in a few months, I'll tell you that, okay, this is what I've seen after we rotated the crops. But this is the first time we're switching it around.
It seems a lot of people are shying away from agriculture and going into...
Yes, because it's okay. For instance, agriculture has a lot to do with infrastructure of the country, right? So we need better roads, more rail connection, from north to south. Then it'll be easier for people who grow their stuff from the north to send to the south without it spoiling and all that. So there are many things that have to be done before agriculture will look more interesting to more people. But some of us, we can't wait for that. We just anyhow we have to just do it and get it to the customers one way or the other.
Yeah, but so far you think it's worth it, right?
Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it for me. Personally, it's worth it for me. It's working for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many workers do you have currently in this farm?
Now we have, let's say, 12.
12 workers?
Yeah.
That means you have created employment for 12 people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
12 workers. Are they experts or you just...
Okay. One is a graduate. I won't call that he's a graduate. You can call that an expert. He graduated and did animal science in university. He just finished his youth corps.
Okay.
And then the rest are just people from the community.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you decided to employ people from the community. How much you are giving back?
But yeah, I'm doing my part.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're doing your part, right?
Yeah, I'm doing my part.
Okay.